Welcome to the Mismatch. I'm Chris Vernon, and joining me as he does every week from TheRinger.com is Dave Jacoby. Jacoby!
Tough one last night, Parnell. Tough.
Yeah, we got a little worrisome as we were recording this on Tuesday morning. We still do not have news on the Nikola Jokic injury that took place last night. He went down in agony, which is something that we see all kinds of guys go down each and every night, unfortunately, in the NBA. Rarely do we see Jokic go down and gets kind of collapsed into, grabs his knee. Coach is saying he's not going to sleep at night. Everybody's going to kind of just wait and see on this, but there is no question that this injury is so big that it literally change the NBA season. He is making history right now, as we have chronicled many times on this show. He is having the greatest PER season in the history of basketball. His PER right now is 35.5. The highest ever is 32.8, which is 2021-22 Nikola Jokic. He is having his masterpiece season. They have been unbelievable. Certainly one of the handful of teams that has a chance at the NBA title. And so now we just all hold our breath and hopefully this is not some kind of terrible injury.
The Mismatch is presented by FanDuel. FanDuel's got it all. Same game parlays, quick bets for jumping in live, and your way to build the bet that fits your play. Plus, don't miss out on the holiday offers and surprises all month long. So download the FanDuel app or head to FanDuel.com/mismatch to get started. Remember, you must be 21 and over and present in select states, or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. We always talk about the non-Jokic minutes and how tough they are on the Nuggets. And non-Jokic games or a non-Jokic stretch is going to be very difficult for the Nuggets. It was such a freakish injury. I think it was Spencer Jones sort of like stepped on him in a weird way. Yeah. And one of the reasons he is so durable is because he is low to the ground. Like he doesn't jump. He doesn't cut quickly. He's not like one of these fast twitch kind of athletes, like a Derrick Rose type, where you can sort of like see the injury coming because of the style of play. His style of play is what creates his durability. And this is such a freakish thing. And he went down and it looked bad. And you listen to some of the post-game stuff, it doesn't seem encouraging. And right now we have no information in terms of exactly what the injury is, but they'll be without Jokic for a while and hopefully they can try to stay afloat.
Well, just seeing him in the agony that he was, like leg was like shaking, he's holding it. And I'm like, whoa. Like this guy does not show pain. Like when have you ever seen him like act like he was hurt? Like there's all kinds of guys that flail around everywhere and like you hold your breath every time they go down. I can't remember a time where I've seen, and I know that inevitably somebody's going to send me some clips like, oh, well, you don't remember this or whatever. Yeah. But honestly, he's not one of those guys. This is no drama king, as we say. And so that's what freaked me out the most. Is when he went down and he looked like he was, I mean, it takes a lot to hurt a guy like that. And so, man, I mean, that was brutal. Just
and the leg shaking.
Brutal.
You texted me about the shaking leg. The shaking leg was I just hope it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? I hope it's a month and that he can get back. And because the Nuggets are one of the true championship contenders this year. I mean, they're easily, I don't want to argue about it, but they're top 4 team in basketball right now. Easily.
No question. That was the big story of last night. And as of time of recording, we've just got to wait and see on that and hope for the best. But it didn't look great, that's for sure. Other big games that took place last night, the Hawks, they kind of stuck around with the Thunder for a long time. I kept texting you, and I'm like, I don't know how, but this thing's back at 5 with like 5-6 minutes to go. The Thunder ended up taking care of business, but that was just teetering on like, hey man, are we okay with the Thunder? Because like we went from they're going to win 80 games to why is this
losing
happening?
to the Hawks?
Yeah, why is this happening? But they were able to take care of business down the stretch. We've got the Raptors Magic was probably the one that you and I were most excited about.
Great game.
It was a great game. What a weekend for the Raptors, who not only had that comeback win against the Warriors and then pulled off the impossible, which is winning a game by 14 that went to overtime as they beat the Warriors 19-5 in an overtime meltdown. I heard Zach Lowe was texting us after that game because he got to see that one in person, and it was just all bad vibes for the Warriors after that one. But great vibes for the Raptors. Then they're down 20+ to this Magic team. Comes storming back Jamal Shead, Colin Murray Boyles, like all of these guys
it's
contributing.
Not Ingram and Barnes. It's like it's Jacoby Walker, Grady Dick, Mamu, Agbaji. Like it's not the big names that are doing it for this Raptors team. They're deeper than you think.
Yes, and because once they get their guys back, and of course they didn't have Barrett in this one, but once they get their guys back, that bench at the beginning of the season was like the most productive bench in the NBA when they got off that like super hot start.
Yep.
And as we've been talking about throughout the year, they have been one of the great stars. They got great vibes. Like we talk about vibes with the team. They got great vibes and great home crowd yesterday. And you saw that, like, that felt like a big time environment when they go on that late 10-0 run. And the Magic, I mean, just a mess. My guy Bane ain't even in the game down the stretch of that one. I guess he's too small for Jamal Mosley. But then they got a chance to win the game, and you got, Paolo, who shoots roughly 20% from three, taking a step-back three for the win. In the absence of Franz, in the absence of Suggs, it is kind of odd to me that you wouldn't have more offensive players on the court.
Desmond Bane, for example. I don't know.
Correct. Right. When you can't get a bucket?
Seems like Desmond Bane would be useful in that scenario, but who am I to say?
I would have thought so, but you had the Raptors. The thing you love about them is how hard they play when they really get cracking, and you get that home crowd going, and Glorilla is dancing on the sidelines, cheering for her man, Brandon Ingram. I mean, they had like 21 offensive rebounds, 18 second chance points. Like, that's just – and it's not like they don't have a monster inside that's doing all that. That's just guys playing hard. That's it. They
don't really have a big. I mean, Pirtle's out there sometimes, but like without him, they don't really have a size or rim protection, but they just do it with heart and hustle and rebounding, and they do it. Everyone's big, but they don't have a big. But everyone's big for their position. And like Jamal Shead, man, like it wasn't just yesterday. He's having a full season. He looked great yesterday.
I mean, just another one in the line, and this has been an ongoing thing here, and we're seeing it now even with your guy, Tyler Kolek in New York. It's all across the board. This has happened for years and years and years. And obviously, college basketball has changed dramatically now, and it continues to change even more. But for so many years, it was the ageism, right? And then, the height thing was getting these guys, right? So, like, we live in a world where it's a lot of big guards, and also it's like you look at the guy that's 22 or 23 coming out of the draft who has proven to be awesome, right? This has gone back to Brunson. This has gone back to Draymond Green when he was Big Ten Player of the Year. This has gone back to Jay Crowder when he was Big East Player of the Year. This has gone back to Chandler Parsons when he was SEC Player of the Year. Like, on and on and on. Like, if you watch Jamal Shead in college, we were watching this game, and I texted you, and I said, I loved this guy so much in college, and I really think if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, Houston might have won the national championship that year. But again, another one of those guys that, like, he played against everybody, was on an amazing team, proved to be the best player on an amazing team, and then we get to the draft, and he's still sitting there after the first round is over. Fred VanVleet, another one. I mean, these happen over and over and over again, and it's almost like, what did they need to show you? And inevitably, then we look up in a couple of years like, oh, wow, surprise, Jamal Shedd's good. What were you watching? Like he's all, and now everybody's like, can you believe Tyler Kolek? Yeah. If you paid attention, go pull up Tyler Kolek at Marquette. The guy won every award in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you think it just, and we just are convinced that, like, it's college good, but it's not going to translate.
Mm-hmm.
And sure,
to be fair, there are
certainly examples
out there, and Tyler Hansborough. There are college good that doesn't translate, but
certainly
at the guard position, it seems to.
Certainly, and Shedd's been a revelation for them. Just an absolute dog too. Great hair too. I mean, everything about him. He's just awesome. He's a fun player.
That Toronto team. It feels sort of like the Nets did like 4 years ago. Like,
yes,
they're young, they're deep, they're having fun, they're getting the crowd into it. It's just like, it's like the team you want to be on. It just seems like they're having fun and getting wins. Like, they're right now 4th in the Eastern Conference. And I was looking up the standings. Like, I don't see anyone leaping over them. Right. I mean, who can you see taking that spot? The Magic or the Cavs? Those are the two teams I could potentially see doing it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were hosting a game 1 in the first round.
Oh, I would be surprised if this is where we're going to break ways.
Wait.
As that
you would be surprised if they host a game 1 in the first round.
Yes.
So who's going to do you think the Magic?
Because you have look, bro. There's 50 games left. This has been a great story, but come on.
Okay, so tell me the team that's going to overtake them in the standings. The Magic.
Orlando for sure, and maybe Cleveland.
Those are the two that I would earmark as well.
Yeah.
But I could also see the Celtics falling.
Could. And maybe somebody behind them makes a run as well.
We'll
get to some of the teams a little bit later.
We'll never remember this in 4 months, but I think they're the 4 seed.
All right.
And I'll be right. Yeah. But I won't remember being right.
You for sure won't, and you'll be glad that you don't remember. The Cavs, the aforementioned, beat the Spurs last night. That is a great win.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great win for the Cavs. And interesting, too, because you know how we were talking about how, like, it felt like the Spurs had the antidote for what was going on with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Styles make fights. Cleveland's got guards. You know what I mean? Like, they got, like, you bring your guards to the table. You're bringing Fox. You're bringing Harper. You're bringing Castle. Well, like, when Mitchell and Garland are around, and then they got these long athletic bigs, Mobley, like, that is the Evan Mobley that, like, Cleveland has been yearning for, right?
Well, also,
unfortunately, it's not all the time.
One of the biggest stories of the Cavs season has been Jared Allen hasn't really performed this entire season. And last night he showed up.
You worry about him when it's bully ball. And the Spurs aren't bully ball.
No.
That's not what they're not bully ball. Like, I worry more about the teams that are going to get mega physical and push you around or whatever. That's not the Spurs MO. Like, the way we were talking about, like, on Christmas Day, when you watch
Mitch,
Allen, you're like, man, I don't want him in the ring with Mitchell Robinson. I don't want him in the ring with some of these teams that are bringing, like, these big physical guys. But certainly in a game like the Spurs game, and that's a really good win for them, for sure. And Cleveland has had all manner of injury problems. Mitchell is having this all-NBA caliber season. And I could see them getting on a run in the second half of the year, for sure. We all expected them to be awesome, right? And it hasn't gone that way. But as they get their guys back in the fold, and, like, the more games they can rack up with their group playing together, they'll be able to get wins on a night-in, night-out basis.
It's Garland. It's all Garland. When he is 100%, they've got one of the best backcourts in the league, if not the best backcourt in the league, with Mitchell and Garland. And I think he's been playing, but he hasn't been healthy. And I think on Christmas Day, he looked good. He obviously looked good in this game. And, we can talk about Strus and, Sam Merrill and other injuries they had, but I think Garland is the key right there.
Well, because once you decide you're going to pay these guys, and then you have the casualties of this, which are Ty Jerome and Isaac Okoro, like you start to lose guys because you paid guys. Then those guys have to be available, right? You've hurt your depth by paying them. You have to have them in the lineup at that point because you're just not going to have as good of players.
I would love to see a little more from Lonzo Ball. It's been disappointing to watch him sort of fall out of the rotation. And, I love the idea of Lonzo Ball, but I think, unfortunately, injuries have really just sidetracked his entire career.
Well, it's also just like super hard if you're the guy that can't play on a regular basis, right? Like, how do you develop with the group when you're never going to play back-to-backs and you're like, you know what I mean? Like one night you're playing, one night you're not, one night you're playing, one night you're not. You might not be playing that week, and that's really hard. That is.
It's also hard when you can't knock down shots.
That's hard.
Like if you can't knock down your open threes, it's going to be really hard in the NBA if you're a guard.
That is also hard. Other things that took place last night that we need to mention. This season Deni Avdija is having is crazy.
I don't think people know because it's in Portland. No, if you're watching a West Coast game, you're probably watching like the Lakers or the Nuggets or the Warriors. But like quietly in the Northwest, Deni Avdija is having one of the best seasons in the entire league.
Never on national television, right? So this is it's happening. It's happening on League Pass. But 27, 11, and 9, and Portland beat the Mavs. Portland feels a little primed to do what they did last year. If they could just get some guys back in the lineup, because they've been doing all this without a point guard. Holiday has not played since November 14th, right? And I watch them, and I'm like, damn, man, if they had Drew Holiday, and it's like, and you had Drew Holiday and Shaedon Sharpe and Deni Avdija, and Klingon has
been
come on.
He'll give you a boring 10-10 every single night. He hasn't had a single highlight. He caught an alley-oop last night. Hasn't had a single highlight the entire season, but he's going to give you a boring 10-10 with solid rim protection. He's good.
And he runs the floor and
slowly.
But he does well getting out on like screens, right? Like that's what he's not the big that has to stay in front of the basket, right? No. There's some of the bigs that are the drop coverage guys that if you pull a 5 all the way out to the 3-point line, now you've opened up the entire court, or sometimes, or just give up an open 3 because they're just going to stay there. Klingon can move, and 18 and 18 versus Celtics, then turned around and against Dallas had 18 and 11. And when they've given him like 30 plus minutes, he has big production. Guy averages like 26 minutes a night and gets you that double-double that you were mentioning. Like he's averaging like 11 and 11, and he only plays 26 minutes. On the nights they play him 35 plus minutes, a guy gets big numbers, like Zubac's numbers.
I think Shaedon Sharpe is also quietly having he's inconsistent, but like last night he was great. But we can't talk about this game without mentioning one thing I love about the Mavs is in crunch time, they give Cooper Flagg the ball and let him operate. And they did it yesterday, and he kicks it out to a naked, wide open Najee Marshall practice 3 for the game, and he just missed it. But Cooper he made the right read, created the right shot. Listen.
Well, and he's starting to get the top of the whiteboard treatment.
Oh, yeah.
Like you see
who else deserves it?
Right, I'm saying, but like what's crazy is it's going to be interesting to see how he navigates it all. His learning curve is going to become so much greater than many of his peers because usually your first year, you get to take the league by storm, right? They're not used to you. They're not used to your tendencies,
first
whatever.
Through,
it's like, they're scouting this guy to death and putting, it's like Kamara, you got him, or whoever is the best defender on the other team. And it's like, he is truly thrown into the hellfire right immediately and has to operate as the star. Like that is very rare That is very rare where you have to totally operate as the star player and you get the star treatment from opposing defenses immediately to the point where you do get to kick out to Najee Marshall for a wide open three. Yeah, usually it's like, you get a learning curve with this stuff.
And also, in theory, this team is supposed to have Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, which creates a completely different environment for Cooper Flagg to develop in. And I'm not going to say it's good or bad. I think you'd rather have, Hall of Famers around you on the court. But he's really impressed being sort of the lead engine of offense. Because if you have Kyrie Irving out there and Anthony Davis out there, then you're kind of catch and shoot threes and weak side cuts and things like that. But now it's like they give him the ball and be like, all right, Coop, get us a bucket.
Do you think we'll ever see him?
The three of them on the same team?
Doesn't seem like it, right?
No, doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel
I think that there is, this is a very interesting discussion to have because they are in quite the quandary. Like, there's interest in Anthony Davis, but he's had the injuries, right? And, the Hawks thing has come up regarding Anthony Davis. And I read Mark Stein's Substack over the weekend, and he kind of mentioned that it seemed like Patrick Dumont was kind of fancied like, hey, kind of like to see them all together. On the other hand, they have this whole other issue of we're clearly building out around this guy. Like, we're on the Cooper Flagg timeline, and we're going to build out around him. And so with doing that, wouldn't it behoove us to – this is the last first-round pick they've got in a long, long time. Like, they've traded him away. And so they don't have first-round picks going forward.
Don't they have their pick next year?
I'm saying they have it this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So wouldn't it behoove them to go ahead and get somebody – it wouldn't be the worst thing to have a high draft pick to go ahead and pair on the Cooper Flagg timeline.
Yeah.
Rather than be maximum competitive. The other, this is the whole thing is so fascinating because the other thing is if you move Davis, what kind of return do you get?
20 cents on the dollar? Like, what are you going to get for Davis now?
And then that turns into what Luka turned into, which is a whole nother bag of crap. Right? Because now it's not just what you would trade Davis for. It's that this is the ultimate return that you have gotten by moving everybody's favorite player and the franchise player and the guy that makes all NBA in his sleep.
Is I kind of do see the vision. We always talk about Nico. Like, Nico's woke up this morning hungover. He was watching the Mavericks last night. There's a pair of underwear in his bed that he doesn't know where they came from. And he's just wiping the boogers out of his eyes. And he's saying to himself, if Anthony Davis was healthy, if Kyrie Irving was healthy, if Derek Lively was healthy, like, that team is a contending team. Like, if you have all those players.
Right.
If they like
PJ Washington, yeah.
Washington, Flagg, Irving, Lively, Davis, like.
Well, hold on. You do not give him credit for Flagg. That was ridiculous.
But that was part of the vision, Verno. That was part of the. He said it himself.
I forgot.
That's part of the vision. You have to be a visionary. Nico
now
is a visionary. The vision's a little blurry right now because he was watching the Mavericks last night.
Right. I mean. You're right, though. If they had all their guys,
it's a good team. Like, I wouldn't want to play them in a playoff series if they had their guys.
But we're not giving him credit for Cooper Flagg.
No.
It is what it would be really good because Cooper Flagg is already awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's everything you want him to be.
And that is going to lead off. We are giving, instead of doing we're not looking back. We are looking forward. So we are going to give 2026 predictions. These are not bold predictions or in many cases, or things that we don't think will happen. These are actually things we think will happen. And so that being said, I will start with the aforementioned Cooper Flagg. He will become the 7th unanimous rookie of the year. I think he will be so good. And you got Knipple already out.
I was about to say.
He was on a heater, but Knipple's out, right? He was on a heater. I was surprised that there have only been Wemby was the 6th. And before him, the last unanimous one, like I would have thought that there were more unanimous rookies of the year, like where somebody just made it totally undeniable. Wemby, Cat, Ralph Sampson.
Oh, yeah.
David Robinson, Blake Griffin, Damian Lillard. That is the contents of the list. Pretty impressive. And those are the unanimous rookies of the year. And I think Flagg will end up becoming the 7th on that list.
So just for the sake of conversation, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
It's hard, first of all.
Well, there's usually
going to be out?
Well, there's usually a bozo, right? Like it has happened in the past.
Oh, yeah. Someone's going to say Derek Queen. You know what I mean?
Nope. John Morant lost it by 1 vote. A guy voted for, like, Zion, who had played, like, 30 games or something. It was crazy. Like, I mean, there are guys that have lost it by 1 vote.
Flagg. Edgecombe? Harper. If the Spurs make a real run and Harper's part of it.
I just think that the numbers are just going to, like, when you line up the numbers, they're going to be so severe.
He's on such a good team. That's the thing is because Kyrie and Lively and Davis are out. Yeah. And as we discussed, Flagg is looked at to be the offensive engine for the team. He's going to end up with the numbers. That's why Edgecombe and Harper, because there's just other players in the team that are the number one option.
Right. Knippel's
here's the thing is, I would bet against this because, like you said, there's always a bozo.
One guy.
There's always one guy who just wants to zag.
Yeah, you might be right. It is a hard thing to pull off. I just think he is going to be so far ahead of everybody that everybody's just going to do it.
And also, if you think about where he started in October and where he is now, and you extrapolate that forward, like you said, the learning curve, he's improved significantly over the past 60 days. And if he does that again for the next 60 days, where he will be by the time the ballots are out, it's going to be
that is the difference between like
someone else.
That is the difference between Harper and some of these others, Edgecombe, etc. He gets to operate as their best player. Like he's going to take 20-something shots on a regular basis. The other guys, that you don't have that opportunity. You're just not even taking it.
When is Knippel supposed to be back? Let me look it up.
It's ankle, right? So hopefully sooner than later.
It said day to day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says he's making good progress with injury rehab.
Boy, and we didn't mention their game, but man, Miller had a crazy dunk yesterday. When they've got Miller, Ball, and Knippel, they're pretty fun.
They really are.
You know what I mean?
Great league pass team. They're not going to win the game, but you'll enjoy watching them. All right. Here's my first.
Did you see the Miller dunk? He dunked on the guy. He called him a dumb bitch. He dunked Kyle Kuzma.
It was Kyle Kuzma.
He dunked on me. He said, "You dumb bitch," and I was like, "Whoa." That's a big one. I mean,
I like dunking on somebody and calling them dumb. Like, how dare you? How dare you insult me by trying to block this?
That's usually not what you say when you dunk.
What do you say if you get dunked on and someone calls you a dumb bitch? You say nothing. You just jog back. Here's my first prediction for 2026.
I mean, that is humiliating.
There's nothing there's no retort. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. What do you say?
The only retort is, who you calling a dumb bitch?
You know? So, even then, that actually makes you a dumb bitch if you say that.
Did Brandon Miller come up with the most diabolical?
Yes, it's just no response for dumb bitch after you get dunked on. None. Nuh-uh. No,
you've got to fight. That's the only
thing you can do. Yeah,
like Jose Alvarado,
or just go to the locker room like it's and one. Like you just have to go. You have to go home. Now you have to go home.
By the way, we have not gotten to Alvarado was unavailable for the Knicks game last night. Which
I wonder
Brunson,
why.
of course,
Why was that?
We got to give him credit for connecting on a 7-footer.
You don't see it often. You don't see an actual punch land in an NBA fight. And he did. It was tight quarters, too. Loved it.
everything about that fight was amazing. And the Jordan Poole reaction in the background, which everybody memed.
Yeah.
Also, I've watched it like the Zapruder film. I've watched it 1,000 times. Bro, after he punches him, go watch Mark Williams swat at the top of his head like he's a bug. He smacked down. It is the funniest. It's not even like a bald fist or whatever. He is like swatting at him like he's a bug. It's so good.
There were some rumors in the Knicks sort of Twitterverse about acquiring Alvarado, and I was like, what? You've got Brunson, you've got Deuce, you've got Kolick. Like, why get Alvarado? After that punch, I was like, all right, yeah, I can see it.
Yes.
Maybe we do need Alvarado.
Oh my God.
One thing that bothers me about NBA media is everybody wants to send a player back to their hometown team. I don't know why this is. Like, why does everybody do this? It's like, oh, AD to the Bulls. He's from Chicago. It's like, okay, but it doesn't mean he's going to play there. But like Alvarado to the Knicks. He's from Brooklyn. Like, all right, but that doesn't mean the team needs him and it's a match. KD's going to end his career with the Wizards and Steph Curry, Charlotte Hornets. Look out. Everybody wants to do this, and it happens way less than you think it does.
Yeah. All right, your first prediction.
This one's simple. I'm predicting at the end of this season, LeBron James is going to retire. I do not think there's going to be a back to Cleveland. I don't think he's going to go back to the Lakers. His contract is up. He's 41. I don't think it gets better from here. I think this is the last season of LeBron James.
The golf simulator.
Yeah. How many times has he mentioned that he watches YouTube golf videos?
Yeah, no, he's
it's like, I get it, guy. I get it.
Here's the thing. The competitive juices thing. It's like, all right, I have this thing that now I want to be great at. And then he just decides I am going to, this is what I want to do. This is what like, there becomes a thing. Cause the bug has got me as I got older. Like once everything dries up, everybody gets married, everybody has kids. There's no more men's leagues that everybody's participating in the same way. You're lucky because you still have a men's league that everybody still participates in, but everybody kind of goes their separate ways and you're not playing that anymore. And so golf becomes a thing that everybody, it's like, all right, well, I can't do all these other things. Here's a sport. Here's something I can do competitively. Here's something I can gamble on that I can play for the next 50 years, right? And once the bug gets you, it's over. It's over. Like, it's what you think about. It's what you want to get good at. It's what you care about. It's what you watch on
hold
YouTube.
On. 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout. I'm going to take the people behind the curtain. After we recorded last episode, we were talking post-show, and Verno said that he listens to a golf equipment podcast. He listens to a podcast not about golf, not like Fairway Rolling with my guy Joe House.
Oh, I listen to that too.
Of course, but he listens to a golf equipment podcast. Yep. Like, oh, we've got this new 60-degree wedge. It's a really, really good.
Yes.
It's really good out of the sand. Like that's what you listen to. Like the new Callaway, the Callaway hybrid is really good this year. It's they've tweaked it a little bit. It's a graphite shaft. Like what? That's what it is,
dude. Don't even get me started on
MOY. No one wants to get you started. No one wants. I literally don't want to know. I literally don't want to know. Stop talking. Stop talking. No one cares.
You know nothing about moment of inertia.
Nothing.
You don't know anything.
Anyway, LeBron James is going to retire. This is the last season. Tell me I'm wrong. What else does he do? Does he go back to the Lakers to play with like Luka? Does he go to Cleveland? Does he go to the Warriors to lose again? Like.
I mean,
I don't understand what else happens besides him retiring.
I mean,
explain it to me. What happens?
Okay. All right. No.
Does he take a minimum salary? A vet min?
Number one, I will say, with the sciatica, with the, his son's already there, with the, I'm in love with golf and I'm watching the Bryan brothers on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. That is, to me, very persuasive. And especially if you're not going to win a title anyway.
Not even close.
Right. Okay. So that is very persuasive on your side. Okay.
There's no but.
Yes,
explain to me what else happens. Explain to me what else he does. I'm listening to a golf podcast. I can't hear you. About MLR.
This is the flip side. And it is so persuasive that it might even defeat. I have sciatica. I don't have a chance of winning the title, and I love golf. It might. Not having a farewell tour is so unlike anything he would do. Oh, God, there will be a Space Jam level film crew going from city to city as everyone gives him a jersey. And no, they're not. No, they're not. He wants the proper King's goodbye.
Okay.
And we put it, and it's on it. In fact, that's what he calls it. The King's goodbye. And he goes and sees his loyal subjects around the NBA one last time as they honor the King as he leaves. So
I agree with you.
The fact that he is
so
not
maybe
done
he announces it mid-season. How about that?
Huh?
Back on you.
No.
Back on you. He announces it mid-season. I mean,
he would have already done it.
From a basketball standpoint, where does he play next season? Who wants to pay him $65 million for a one-year deal?
I mean, I like Bill's idea about Golden State. I love that.
They're not.
I love LeBron and Jimmy Butler swap. I love it. It would make both teams so much more fun.
It would, but why would the Lakers do that? I'm trading LeBron James for Jimmy Butler. Seriously, that's what I'm doing.
Well, because he'll defend. I mean, theoretically,
I'm not saying. I don't know.
Jimmy Butler will defend.
I would not do that if I was the Los Angeles Lakers. Not
you
at
wouldn't?
all. No chance. No chance. I'm not bringing Jimmy Butler in here with Luka, JJ Redick.
Personalities.
No,
you don't like the personality, man?
No.
All right,
that is not a fish I want in my fish tank.
My next prediction: Orlando ends up the 2 seed.
Orlando Magic.
This one becomes
2 seed.
I guess a little more of a long shot just because we just watched them lose to the Raptors last night. And
who's the 1 seed in this scenario? Just question.
The Knicks.
Okay.
The Knicks. Detroit will fall back.
Pistons fall. Celtics fall.
Correct. And
Raptors
Orlando
fall.
and Orlando ends up the 2 seed. So this is the reason. One of the things that I promised myself I was going to start paying attention to this season, unlike I have other seasons, or I have not paid as much attention in other seasons, is the whole strength of schedule thing. Where was your schedule? Was it front-loaded? Was it back-loaded? Because then everybody goes, oh, this team is actually not that bad. And it's like, oh, they're really coming on. And it's like, they're actually just getting to play the team. Like, the stuff all evens out.
Yep.
Orlando has the easiest schedule the rest of the way based on win percentage. On the win percentage.
Current win percentage.
Correct. They have the easiest schedule the rest of the way. They're 30th. Like, it's the lowest opposing win percentage the rest of the way. And they will get Suggs, and they will get the Wagners back, and they will get, so they will get healthy, and their schedule is the easiest the rest of the way for the last 50-some games. And so I think when it's all said and done, we're going to look up and Orlando ends up the 2 seed behind the Knicks.
You know what I hate about this, Verno?
What?
I agree.
Oh, wow.
That's what I hate about this. Now that I'm looking at it, the Celtics and the Raptors, right, are in front of them. Now, for them to get above the Pistons, it's going to be close. But I could see them above the Celtics and the Raptors.
I'll give you a couple other ones. I'll give you a couple other ones real quick, just as I was looking through it. It's not gonna help Sacramento. Who cares? So the low, again, the easiest schedule remaining, according to win percentage thus far. Orlando, then Sacramento, and then here's one to keep an eye on, because it would break a trend that we have been able to get used to for the last 4 years. For the last 4 years, every time we get to the end of the season, the play-in includes Miami, play-in includes Chicago, and the play-in includes Atlanta, right? Miami has the third easiest schedule the rest of the way.
Really?
They may be able to break the trend. So keep an eye on that one, because Miami's was a little more front-loaded than their peers as well. And, I mean, in the end, it might still be it might still be the Bulls, Heat, and
Hawks.
and Hawks Invitational, but might break the trend because the Heat got it a little easier the rest of the way as well. And that was a team you liked as a top 6 seed.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
I can't believe you agreed with the Orlando one.
I'm sorry. I'll never let it happen again.
Okay.
My next prediction. It's going to piss everybody off.
Oh, good.
Everybody. In the draft lottery, the Mavs get the number 1 pick again.
Oh, shut up.
It's going to happen.
No.
It's going to happen. You mentioned it earlier today. They have their own pick. They're injured. Kyrie looks at the team and says, "Why am I going to rush myself back for this?" And you'll never believe it, but Antonio Davis has another injury, not available. So
Anthony Davis, Antonio. You're old as crap.
Antonio Davis and Dale Davis also have injuries. All the Davises have injuries. It's going to, Gina Davis has an injury. It's going to,
oh no,
be the number 1 pick in Dallas again. It's going to happen. And then we're going to be like, we can't do the draft like this anymore. And then we're going to have to complete draft reform. It's going to happen.
Wow. Okay, well then I'll do this on my next prediction. We're going to have big like tanking controversy and fines and or the most unbelievable trade deadline. Okay? So here's the deal.
Wait, what?
Hold on. It's one or the other. Okay? Because, and there was a big discussion that Zach and Howard had, and there on Zach's podcast, and also there's been a big discussion amongst NBA decision makers on what do we do about tanking? Do we make it so you can't get a top 4 pick 2 years in a row? Do we do this? Do we do that? Right? Do we
lock it in March 1st? Yeah.
Protections you can trade, all this kind of stuff, right? Because you have these situations where it's like someone like Utah, who has been rather competitive, is incentivized to lose because their pick is top 8 protected and they don't want to lose it to Oklahoma City. And so they need to make sure that they're in this mix. And so now you get to the end of the season. And one of the things that they did not bring up, which is honestly like a major genesis for all of this, is beyond the tanking thing, the reason that this has become like in full view again is the gambling thing, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's happened here. That is that if you are losing on purpose, and everybody has an awareness that you are losing on purpose, and you are sitting guys with the intention of losing the game, that then is ripe for dastardly deeds. So you're either going to have to do one of two things, because they're not going to let you do the fake injuries thing anymore, right? And Lord, I've been through that. I've covered tanking teams. The funniest one ever was like one year when the Grizzlies needed to keep a pick. We got to the end of the season and they were listing everybody, and they listed Kyle Anderson with a sore thumb. That's how crazy it got. We're like, sore thumb? That's a Josh Hart injury.
God. God, I mean, please.
Too soon?
Just not funny.
Anyways, look, so hear me out here. You're either going to have them levy these massive fines against teams for obviously sitting guys or losing on purpose, or the teams that like fancy themselves as lottery picks, do they just trade away players? Do they just say, you know what, it's going to be too hard for us to we can't just fake sit everybody like we have and just say, oh, Lauri Markkanen can't play anymore. Like there's something wrong with them, or there's something wrong with this guy. So all of the situations then become, do I need to actually remove some of my players from the situation because I can't fake sit them anymore. Because that's the way we lose. And so you're not challenging teams, and therefore it becomes possibly a better trade deadline where some of the guys that might not have necessarily been moved do get moved because I can't just sit them without penalty in order to lose.
A couple things is how can you prove that Kyle Anderson doesn't have a sore thumb?
Huh?
Like the plausible deniability that the teams have about injuries,
right?
It's difficult to prove. Like
I got it.
If Kyle Anderson says I have a sore thumb, and the team says he has a sore thumb, what are you going to send medical investigators to?
I would not be surprised.
Thumb?
I swear to God, you say that in jest. I think
sort of. I don't think they'll send medical investigators.
Okay,
because
I do. I would not put it past the NBA to send in independent doctors.
Third party.
I'm not kidding. That's how serious this is to them. Like,
but there's so much money at stake. If I'm the Cavs,
bro, there's been federal indictments.
If the Cavs get dinged again, what's the fine go up to? Like $1 million?
$1 million.
So if there's $1 million at stake, the Cavs aren't the right example.
Because they're not trying to lose.
So the injuries thing is one thing. The trade deadline becomes more interesting because one of the things I've been hearing is like, what teams are interested in Michael Porter Jr. Like, the Nets are like too good all of a sudden. Like they're gonna have to trade Michael Porter Jr. They just beat the Timberwolves. Like the Nets are like winning games.
Do they have like this somehow good defense? And he might be an all-star.
Seriously, like listen, I have a long running history of hating watching Nets games, but now I can't even help it anymore. Like I'm tuning into these guys, man. Like,
well, and Cam Thomas came back and like scored a 30 immediately.
Got to take him out of the game. Yeah, they got to get these guys out. They got to get these guys. Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas are too good for the Nets. They're like, this isn't part of the plan.
Oh, speaking of fun, I don't know if you saw yesterday. So they did lose to the Warriors yesterday.
Yeah.
But have you seen the clip that's going around with Jimmy Butler screaming "white boy"?
Oh yeah.
Over and over at poor Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf's like, "What did I do?
I didn't choose to be born with this pigmentation. Like,
all I am is white. I didn't even say anything.
I didn't do anything. He fouled him. It screamed it.
White boy, white boy.
Again, if someone calls you a dumb bitch, it's like an insult. But just being like yelling somebody white boy like that in itself is an insult is more insulting. Come on, Jimmy Butler. Come on.
Danny Wolf.
But he is. The caucasity level on Danny Wolf is high, which I appreciate.
It's high.
Austin Reeves. We got to get Kirk Goldsberry on this. Kirk, if you're listening, we need to do one of your charts, which is like level of caucasity and on one axis, on the other axis, like PER. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get like Tyler Hero in one quadrant and then you get Austin Reeves in the other quadrant.
Because your swag level.
Yeah, like Donovan Clingan will be somewhere in the middle.
So you would propose Wolf is like way up there at the top.
Yes, and on the caucasity level, and then on, impact, basketball impact, he's pretty low. Kirk, get on that.
Yeah, do that.
If you need some data, I'll give you the caucasity level of all the players.
What's your next prediction?
I don't know. I really want Kirk to do that. All right. Another one that people don't want to hear. And this is recency bias. But I was watching the game last night, and I was saying to myself, we haven't had a repeat champion quite some time since the KD Warriors. And the Thunder are going to lose in the second round of the playoffs.
Ooh.
They're vulnerable. Watching Caruso miss all those threes.
Who are you projecting as 4? Because that's who you're saying. Well, I guess it could be.
It could be
2 or 3. Yeah. It could be a 2-3. Like if they got overtaken.
Spurs, Nuggets, and Rockets. One of those 3. One of those 3, I believe, take out the Thunder in the second round. You can see that.
Well,
that's not crazy.
I do not think the Rockets could. I do think the Nuggets
you don't think
or
they
the Spurs could. I don't think over 7 games. I mean, without a point guard, I think that'd be really, really hard. I think that'd be really
Reed
hard.
Shepard listens to the show.
I understand.
So it's rude.
Also on
Mr. Shepard.
He's on Kirk Goldsberry's thing.
He's good. He's up there.
He's
him
high.
and Austin Reeves. Below Austin Reeves in that upper right quadrant, but he's around there.
Reed Shepard is like a Fantastic Sam's guy. So he's up there.
Fantastic Sam's? What's that?
Like the haircut place. He turns down.
I don't know that place.
Or Supercuts.
Whatever. Yeah.
He's a Supercuts guy.
What's the sports one? There's like a sports one.
Sport Clips.
Sports Clips. Yeah.
Sports Clips.
You can watch the game while you get a haircut. No one's done. Have they ever done the strip club barbershop? I'll keep that idea for myself. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So you think the Thunder get clipped in round 2?
I would pick them to win. I would pick them to win in a 7-game series against every single team in the entire NBA. But it just happens from time to time that that upsets happen, and I think that this year they seem vulnerable. If J-Dub comes into form, looks like himself again, I'll readdress this. But the current Thunder do not inspire me to be repeat champions.
All right. We finally get the Trae Young deal. That is the 2026 fourth prediction. It's an absolute disaster of December for not only Trae, but also for the Hawks. And, Haynes and Stein both are talking about this whole how much Atlanta loves AD. And so you can kind of see this kind of where you patch together the contracts and you've got some kind of – because they're saying it's not a Trae Young deal that would move for AD. And so it feels like there might have already been talks about this where you kind of like – where the Mavs move on to their whatever their next era is. And so, like, you patch together the Porzingis contract and the Kennard contracts, which are expirings, right? So, like, they
but
start
who are you
to
giving
move.
Me? Risache?
Yeah.
That's who I get, Risache.
Yeah, well, and then you get these expirings to be able to build out around Cooper Flagg. And then, if that happens, they're not going to carry Jalen Johnson has become the guy, right?
That's the thing. Because so they're going to ask for Jalen Johnson. That's the first thing you ask for.
No. I'm saying Atlanta's not going to carry AD and pay Trae his deal, right? Because Trae's got a player option for next year for a fortune. And so then you end up being able to not have to get the King's ransom that maybe standalone you would. So I think the Trae Young deal ends up happening, and it's not nearly as much as we would think that you would, or that they once would have gotten for Trae Young. I think there's a very good possibility that when Trae Young moves to whoever he moves to, we look at and we go, that's all they got. But it's going to be fine because they've already swung the other deal. But we do end up getting the Trae Young deal. Like they didn't give him an extension. He has not played very well so far this year. And Nikhil's been awesome. And you're building out, like, Jalen Johnson's been an absolute revelation. And so I think it actually does, like, for all the years that it's been like, are the Hawks going to move Trae Young? I think this is actually the time it does happen where they find somebody that wants him. I even saw somebody sent this morning to me from one of those offshore books. Sent me the
Kalshi or Polymarket or whatever.
No. This was hold on. This was like a bet online or something like that. I don't know, but it was odds, and it had the Heat.
Huh.
Trae Young's next team: Miami Heat, Sacramento Kings, Minnesota Timberwolves were the top 3 in terms of odds that they had posted. Interesting.
What would the Timberwolves give up for him?
Oh, no.
Dillingham, and contracts.
I mean, you have to put together a lot.
Yeah.
Trae Young's got, but I'm just saying, I think the Trae Young return is not going to be that good.
Well,
they're going to swing another deal that makes you forget that the Trae Young return wasn't that good.
I think that's fair, and I think that his injury has been very enlightening. He's done a favor to the front office because they've A/B tested the season. This is what we are with Trae Young. This is what we are without Trae Young. And guess what?
Yeah.
You won't miss Trae Young nearly as much as you think you will. Did he lead the league in assists last year? Yes. We've got guys that can make up for that production.
Well, and you've also changed management there a few times, and so like the guys that are people that draft somebody are always the ones married to them, right? That it's always going to work out. But if you didn't draft the guy and it was like kind of an arranged marriage, then it's pretty obvious they did not. And the other thing is, who wants to give him $200-something, $300-something million or whatever, right? I got it. He's in a weird spot right now. So I actually think we do see the Trae Young. I think 2026 is the year like we see the Trae Young no longer with Atlanta. Finally happens.
I would love for him to get into a new setting and flourish. I would love that. I'm just trying to think what the Heat would give up. What did the Timberwolves give up? Like, what does the deal look like? Right. I'm not on the trade machine like our friend Bill is. So, all right, I would love to see it happen. My next prediction. This is my fourth prediction. This one also people are not going to like. New York Knickerbockers win the championship.
Oh, I don't think that. But what, you think people don't like that? I mean, they just won. They just won the cup.
They did win the championship. They're going to win a championship in 2025, and they're going to win a championship in 2026. Let me just make my case. They're favorites to come out of the East, right? Mm-hmm. Favorites to come out of the East. That's fair to say. I mean, the Pistons are great. And then they're going to be in the finals. And we saw last year, the Pacers were winning Game 7 in Oklahoma City, and Halliburton was on fire before he got hurt. It can happen.
They could have won it if it weren't for some crazy Halliburton shot.
Yeah.
It's not.
Last year? Yeah. I think the Knicks won the championship. I feel better about their chances this year than I have in my entire life.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Especially when we're recording this as we don't know what Jokic's prognosis is.
Yeah. God, I hope he's okay.
I do too.
The Nuggets become a tough league pass watch.
They would be the one that I would be most worried about if I'm a Knicks fan. I think your chances against Oklahoma City
are better. I agree.
Yes.
Because there's no answer for Jokic on the Knicks roster. Hawk Porty, Mitchell Robinson's going to stay in front of him. What are we talking about? Mitchell Robinson would have 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes.
What was my guy last night that couldn't miss?
Diawara. Like that, if Tom Thibodeau you wouldn't see any of these guys. Any of them.
Also, it was crazy to see Deuce chance in New Orleans.
Deuces.
I mean,
I love Deuce so much.
Wow. It was crazy to watch that, though. He hit that 3 late in the game, and the whole crowd was like, Deuce! I was like, what? New Orleans?
There's New Yorkers everywhere.
I know.
There's New Yorkers everywhere.
Okay. I'm actually glad that you gave that prediction because this is going to be perfect it's going to line up perfectly with my last one, which is a goofy prediction for 2026. Because this is going to, it ties directly into if you're right and the Knicks win the title.
Because we haven't,
no.
I just want to let the listeners know that we do the rundown and you gave me your predictions last night. I gave you mine this morning. Right. But you did not give me a fifth one. So I'm blind right now on this.
I did not, but it plays into your Knicks winning the title. And I don't like that this is true.
It's not true yet.
No, hold on. Yeah, I'm talking about my prediction.
All right, I'll lay out.
I don't like that this is true, but I feel confident in this prediction. I've seen it happen hundreds of times over my years. There is going to be super backlash against a guy that I really like, Timothy Chalamet. It's going to be bad. He's top of the, this is top of the world. He's doing the rap stuff. He's the coolest. He's got the hottest chick. He's got the hottest movie. He's NBA fan. Everybody loves. And the think pieces are coming. Is he actually good for society? Like, it's too much. It's too much. Everybody loves Chalamet too much. Now they got to tear him down. And I'm sorry, Tim, because I love you. I do.
Of course.
I think he's cool. I love the guy. But then it's going to take people way over the edge if the Knicks win the title and he's on the front row. I mean, this is going to be Timberlake-esque backlash. He's going to do something's going to happen, or maybe even nothing's going to happen. And people are just it's going to be he's a culture vulture. He's a piece of crap. He's a woman, whatever it's going to be. And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But I'm saying we see this every time. His Q rating, who's got a higher Q rating than Chalamet right now? Guys love him. Chicks love him. Like, moviegoers love him. Sports fans love him. Like, he's the guy.
It started with the College Game Day last season.
And
remember when he was on College Game Day last season?
We're not allowed to have anybody that everybody loves.
That checks all the boxes. He checks all the boxes. He checks too many boxes. He's too many boxes.
Right.
He checks too many boxes.
Guys want to be him. Chicks want to date him. And it's like, all right, now we try to destroy you. And that's what they're going to do. And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And I will say this, Tim, I'm still going to like you. I'm still going to like you no matter. I mean, don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything super crazy. But
no, he doesn't have to. You're right, though. It's too much.
He doesn't
have the song is hot. That song
it's
with
too
SD
much.
Kid is
it's
hot.
Too much.
Everyone loves this movie. I haven't seen it yet, but everybody loves this movie. My 12-year-old son is rapping his lyrics in the backseat of the car while I'm driving.
It's too much. And now we're going to see you front row with a Jenner while the Knicks are winning the title.
When the confetti falls?
It's too much. It's too much. It's going to be like
I'll say this.
Spike Lee's been here since he was a fetus, and now this guy's taking all the shine. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. They are going to turn on Chalamet. He's too hot right now.
I will say this, though. That Bob Dylan movie sucked. Did you watch that movie?
No!
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched
the whole time he kind of talks like this the entire time.
That is Bob Dylan.
He's just talking like this the whole time.
Hold on.
And I'm Timothy Chalamet, and I'm in love with this girl. I think it was what's her face from Fleetwood Mac. But this is what he does the entire time. And it's really annoying, and the movie sucks. Don't watch it. Don't watch my movie about Bob Dylan. It sucks.
Wait, hold on.
First of all, that was a great impression. I don't do impressions, but that was brilliant. I'm going to give myself a round of applause.
That's a 10. That's a 10. I'm going to give you credit. But that is what Bob Dylan said. It sounds like he was playing
the
Bob
movie
Dylan
sucks
perfectly.
But it gets really annoying, and the movie doesn't go anywhere or do anything. I was sitting in a hotel room. I was bored. And I was like, all right, I'll watch this Bob Dylan movie. I like Bob Dylan. He's no Billy Joel, though.
It was boring.
It was boring.
I mean, that's the worst. Hey, I got to be honest with you. You could say terrible, and I might give it a chance.
Did you watch the Bruce Springsteen one? I didn't watch the Bruce Springsteen one either.
No. I'm saying boring is the worst thing you could say about something to me.
Boring.
Oh, God. Yeah, boring. I will give terrible a chance. I'm not giving boring a chance.
Oh, it's boring. I was actually talking because they came out with the Michael Jackson one. There's the trailer for that one. And I was talking to my son. I was like, the only good sort of like rock musician biopic has been the Bob Marley one.
Oh,
the Bob Marley one is good.
Why?
Tell me I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but tell me I'm wrong. What am I missing?
The best one ever was filmed in my city, Walk the Line. The Johnny Cash one is amazing with Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
it's incredible.
Good. It's good.
What?
But it's not as good as Walk Hard. Walk Hard is really good. Walk Hard is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I'm cutting half real bad. Walk Hard is awesome.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I can't even remember his name anymore.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. Walk Hard is one of the best films you'll ever see. Don't watch the Bob Dylan doc. Watch Walk Hard. Oh. And my last one is...
Wait, you've already turned on Chalamet.
No, I haven't. I'm just saying, like, people think he's not batting 1,000. That movie was not good. But I love Chalamet. And I agree with you that like he's checking too many boxes. When the song came out and I liked it, that was when it was too much for me. I was like, and everyone likes Marty Supreme. I haven't seen it yet, but everybody likes it. Everybody likes it.
Everybody I've talked to tells me I got to go see it.
Because those Safdie movies are all the same. And they're like, there's a high
fun to
floor.
Watch. They're fun to watch.
They're a high floor on the Safdie movies.
They're fun to watch. Like, I look, I'm taking this time out to be entertained. To your point, it's not boring. They're never boring.
Yeah.
They're never boring.
So I went, oh, God. Me and my son went to see Avatar Fire and Ash last week. And it's a hostage situation. Like, it was comical how long it was. It was beautiful. We went to the biggest IMAX screen in the city. They got these cool glasses, and it's such a beautiful film. It's awesome. Like the first 15, 20 minutes, it's like a roller coaster. It is a true film experience, and I recommend you go to it. But I also recommend you leave after an hour and a half because it goes on and on and on. Just leave halfway through it. Just trust me, you're missing nothing. You're missing nothing. It goes on forever. And they pump bake the ending 7 times. I fell asleep at one point. Quincy fell asleep at one point. Like, it was like people are looking around at each other. Like, can we leave? One guy just got up and left. Another person just gets up and leaves. And we're all jealous of the person that left. I got popcorn. I went to the bathroom. I took a shit. I called my wife. I got more popcorn. I came back. And I was like, Quincy, what did I miss? He's like, nothing. He's like, there's nothing. You didn't miss any plot whatsoever. Nothing.
They flew around.
Yeah. It's like they went for a swim. And he's like, oh, the human can breathe on the planet. I was like, no, that happened before I left. He's like, yeah, then you missed nothing. You missed absolutely nothing. So you're like, trust me. I recommend you go to this movie, and I recommend you leave after an hour and a half. It's really just about the vibes. Just be on Pandora for a while and take some edibles. Definitely eat some edibles before you go.
That ride, the Avatar ride at Disney Animal Kingdom was like the best ride I've ever been on in my life.
So when I was there, I went and they had this special program they were testing where you can pay extra to go after the park closes between 8 and 10 p.m.
That's what I did.
And me and my wife were there. We're the only people in the entire park. So we go on the Pandora ride. And there's no line. So we had to walk all the way around and do it again. And there's no one else there. There was no line. It was awesome. Awesome.
I had paid for like the fast pass all day and all that stuff, right? And then like you're just checking the app and then it like showed up on my app. It's like, you can ride this ride for $16. And I was like, oh man.
Oh, it's worth it.
No, then I paid. So then I had to pay. I was like, all right, $64, but at least we all rode the Avatar ride that everyone has told us. Because if you think I'm standing in line 3 hours for anything,
you could literally be like, I've got $100,000 cash in a duffel bag. Stand in this line for 5 hours. I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Is it taxed or untaxed? Taxed or untaxed?
No chance. And so that ride is badass.
So anyway.
That was the one time I really thought I was in that dimension. Like, it felt like so real.
What I loved about that ride is because we got to go on it twice in a row with no line, is the first time you're kind of freaked out, but the second time you go on it, you're sort of ready for it, so you get a higher level of appreciation for it. It's awesome. A great, great ride. Do not wait in line for it, though. So anyway, what the best part of Avatar were the trailers before Avatar. Primate. This movie about a pet chimpanzee that turns on the family and eats everybody. I'm fucking in. I'm so in on that movie. There's something wrong with Ben is the tagline. And Ben is the chimpanzee that turns on the family. It's like a horror movie.
Oh, no.
I'm so in. Just it's like snakes on a plane. It's like, yep, take my money. I'll be there.
They have a pet?
A pet chimpanzee that turns on the family.
Oh,
and I'm sure the chimpanzee's in the right. I'm positive. I'm Team Ben all day. Eat everybody. I can't wait to see that one. Adventures Doomsday, some other ones, but there was a trailer. And my prediction is that this film will be the best film of the century. Not of the century so far, of the century all the way through until 2300. Wait, 2100. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. There was a trailer, and this trailer didn't do the music whiz bang, super quick cut thing. They just showed you a sample scene from the movie. I was riveted. I lost my shit. Me and my son were just like, what did we just witness? I almost cried. I was moved so much by just this film, just one sample of the film. And the scene that they showed you, and we've only seen pieces of this movie so far, the fucking Trojan horse.
Oh.
They showed the whole scene. The guys inside the horse. And it was, I forget the actor. I'm not good at naming actors, but he's the guy in The Accountant, the brother from The Accountant, and he's on The Bear. Anyway, that guy. And he's like, you've heard the story of the Trojan horse, but have you heard it from inside of it? And then they go inside the horse. The guys are in the horse. Then they're dragging the horse into Troy through the walls.
It looks so awesome.
They're stabbing the horse with the swords, and then Matt Damon's dodging the blade coming into the horse to see if there's people in there.
Matt Damon.
Oh my God. And then they come out of the horse and they murk everybody and they're trying to open the door, but they get caught and they can't open the door. Spoiler, they end up opening the door and Agamemnon comes in with this badass uniform and dude, The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan is going to be
the best.
The best.
Yes.
Like it's like one of the best stories ever told by one of the best filmmakers with the best cast. That movie can be long. I'll watch that movie for 3.5 hours and I won't leave halfway through. But this movie is so good, they didn't have to give you a whiz-bang trailer. They just played that scene. And I'm watching it on an IMAX screen with the glasses on. Dude.
What's the date? When is that summer?
Summer. I think it's like June.
It's summer 2026?
June or July. Yeah, June or July.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
Anne Hathaway as Penelope. Dude.
You know what? There's going to be 2 of them.
Charlize Theron.
2 of them that come out next summer that I could not be more excited for. That one, The Odyssey, and then the other one. And you may laugh, but bro, I cannot wait for Toy Story 5 to come out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
Have you seen the trailer?
No. Dude, I'll probably cry.
No, dude. The girl opens up the present and it's the tablet, the iPad. And so now it's the toys versus the iPad. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, as a parent, it's like, oh my God. They nail it every time.
Every time.
But now it's going to be the toys, and the toys all see the tablet, and they're like, oh, it looks so good.
My God.
It looks so good. When the kid opens up the gift and it's the tablet, they're all like, no.
No
more toys. I know. It's going to be so good.
All right, I take it back. My prediction is Toy Story 5 is going to be
the best movie in the century. I mean,
right now, Sean Fennessy is like, get these guys off my corner.
Get them off.
They're going to be like the big picture. We're canceling the big picture. Yep. It's going to be Mismatch movies. Mismatch on movies, and it's going to be the biggest podcast. That's my final prediction. It's Mismatch on movies. It's going to be the biggest. And Sean Fantasy's going to show up at my house and beat me up. It's going to be awful. The rewatchables is going to get canceled. It's just Mismatch on movies. Sorry, guys. We're folding everything into Mismatch on movies. Every once in a while, we'll allow Bill and Chris Ryan to come on the Mismatch on movies from time to time.
Sorry for taking your job.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Thanks to our executive producer, Jesse Lopez, as always. Jacoby, I'll talk to you next week.
Must be 21 or over and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. Or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.